I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here in the Hub Pavilion in Davos, and really pleased to be joined by Dina Kaplan. She's one of the co-founders of Blip.tv. Thanks for coming. How have you found Davos?
It has been quite an experience to be here in Davos. I have to say, when you read about it from the outside, which of course most of us have done for most of our lives, you would think that you're getting up at 6 in the morning and going to panels and sessions all day. Now, you're working very hard interviewing people, but there is definitely a segment of people who are here, even very senior CEOs and very famous people who you find at the piano bar at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's been surprising. But people are very open, very warm, and it is a great place to do some deals.
Tell me about Blip.tv, what your vision is, and how you're finding the environment, the economic environment now.
Sure, so we started Blip.tv 4.5 years ago in the spring of 2005. And Blip TV, we say, is the next generation TV network. We're what NBC or CBS, sorry to use American examples, would have created if they were built, let's say, in 2005 rather than in 1925 or 1945. So what we do is work with all the most talented but independent content creators. So it's people who are creating TV shows that are original for the web, and they're building up an audience for their shows, just as you would build up an audience for a TV show. What we do for them is 3 things. We host videos for them, deal with the bandwidth, the servers, the whole technological back end. We make it easy for them to distribute content to everywhere from YouTube to AOL to MSN and to the TV set, to Roku, Boxy, Fios, TiVo, etc. And then we help to monetize the content as well. And on that side, you asked about the market. It is finally happening. You can actually make some money. You're not going to become a multimillionaire, but you can make some money producing a good show for the web.
So if you had any recommendations in terms of monetizing your content, what would they be?
So I would say 2 things, or actually I would say 3 things. 1, know what the audience it is that you're going after. It is hard right now, this early in the web video world, to be all things to all people, to go after a mass audience and to have your show be extremely successful. That will probably happen as the medium emerges. Right now, what we found, and we host about 50,000 shows, so we have a bird's eye view, or I should say, no, actually the opposite, sorry, we have a very large overview of the market. The shows that tend to do the best are going after a niche, and then they own that niche. Then the second thing is that they engage their audience. So television is often very top-down, like here's the show, please watch it, we're done. People creating web shows who are really successful interact with the audience. So they'll be really active on Twitter and the audience will follow them. They'll probably follow the audience back. They'll have a blog, they'll keep track of the comments, they may comment on their fans' blogs and really engage the community. So that's important too. And then the third thing I would recommend is spend about, let's say, half to 75% of your time working on the show, make the show great. But with the rest of your time, market, market, market. Go to conferences, maybe not Davos per se, but South by Southwest, other content creator conferences, meet thought leaders, engage them, and realize that just as films market, television shows market, you need to market a web show also.
What's the market for advertising now in web content and video content, and what do you see? We've seen an incredible challenge for the advertisers in the last couple of years, and has the web been a little bit easier place to be?
Wait, we're supposed to feel bad for the advertisers? Is that right? I don't know about that. I haven't heard that before. I like that, though, to have a new perspective. No, the market has changed dramatically, and really the change has happened in the last 6 months. So we started Blip 4.5 years ago, and for 4.5 years we're evangelizing web video and just saying, please, there is this world out there. We have 100 million video views a month, and you can really reach a solid audience this way. The market has finally changed, and some small percentage, I'm not going to say it's a huge percentage, but a small percentage of the budgets that have been going to television advertising are moving over to web video. And some small percent of budgets that had been going to search and display on the digital side are moving over to web video. So we, for example, sold out our Q4. It was really exciting, which means that we're making money for content creators because we're running ads on the Blip shows, and then we're doing a 50-50 rev share to our content creators. So January 5th, right after Q4, we wrote by far the largest checks in the history of Blip.tv. And when people got them, they were like, wow. A couple of our shows went full time for the first time. Others at least had some money to buy a better camera, to invest a little bit more in the production of the shows, and that was really exciting. The reason is that you have a very engaged viewer. Someone who's watching a web show has chosen to watch that show. It's not like a Lost or a Mad Men where per se everyone's talking about it. So they feel this special connection with the show. They're engaged. Because of that, we have very high engagement rates on the advertising that we're running on Blip shows, very high click-through rates. And so we're not only getting buys, but we're getting repeat buys, and that's very exciting.
Dina, thanks so much for coming into the Hub Pavilion here in Davos. It's been a pleasure to be talking to you, and
Thank you.
I'm Edie Lush.